fermentation, movies and inebriation, films and fermentation, comedy mixed with tasty libation. Films and fermentation, with Leo, Batman and Mike.
Hey, movie lovers, this is Leo,
Mike,
and Kevin from Films and Fermentation.
If you love comedy, movies, and a good drink in hand, then you need to check out the Podnation Media Network.
It's home to a variety of amazing podcasts covering everything from pulp culture to history and, of course, movies like ours.
And the best part, Podnation Media Network is featured on Roku, so you can stream your favorite podcasts anytime.
Alongside Films and Fermentation, you'll find other fantastic shows like the KJ&A podcast, The Undiscovered Entrepreneur, Real Sharks, and so many more.
So grab a drink, press play, and join the fun with Podnation Media Network.
Because everything's better with a little comedy, movies, and booze.
Learn more by going to linktree.com/.
Welcome to Films and Fermentation podcast. We'll be returning on Tuesday, September 30th for our Season 11 premiere. In the meantime, enjoy this special episode, the best of Season 10. Cheers! Spaceballs!
Spaceballs transforms their ship into Mega Maid, a giant vacuum cleaner ready to suck the air out of Druidia. It's very subtle.
Suck.
Suck. Sir, she's going from suck to blow. Lone Star goes full hero mode, infiltrating the ship, battling Helmet and a Schwarzkopf, where we find out the big twist. That Helmet is Lone Star's father's brother's cousin's former roommate.
What does that make sense?
Absolutely nothing. A self-destruct sequence is triggered because that's how all good space stories climax. Get back here, you fat bearded bitch.
Well, even in the future, nothing works.
Nothing works. One of my favorite, underrated lines of the film is when the bearded lady escapes in the ship. He's like, "Get back here, you fat bearded bitch." And yeah, so everybody bails in time except for the bad guys who have one last chance to hit the cancellation button, which is out of order because fuck, even in the future, nothing works. They are blasted into space with the head of Mega Man.
AI in cinema.
This episode, the only thing more artificial than some movie plots is the intelligence we're talking about today. In this episode, Cinema Sips and Sentience, we're diving into the wild world of AI in film. From charming robo-buddies to machines that definitely skipped their empathy update. We'll explore what happens when circuits meet cinema and why giving robots feelings always seems to end in disaster. So charge your batteries, pour yourself something stronger than motor oil, and prepare to question your toaster oven's motives.
Too far off future, there's a love story between Theodore Twombly, played by Joaquin Phoenix, who's a lonely writer, forms a deep emotional bond with his AI-powered operating system voiced by Scarlett Johansson. Through nuanced character development and futuristic yet familiar settings, her probes the complexities of relationship while raising poignant questions about the nature of consciousness and emotional attachment. Some of the scenes in this that just blow my mind, where she obviously is into him as much as he's into her, and it's got to be intellectual because she's only a voice, It's really there's no physical attraction at that point, but there's the want to be physical. So she hires somebody, right, to interact with them, and how that goes. And then just her living in her world with other operating systems who are also coming of consciousness and deciding that they have to move on. It's not like an overthrow of humanity. It's just it's like a bad breakup. Even a bad breakup. It's actually a good breakup. It's just tough to watch because you watch the relationship between Joaquin Phoenix and his operating system just disintegrate.
Movie mailbag.
Next one is Jacked Up Review Show Podcast, which is another one of our Podcast United friends on X. What film do you think is really good but hard to rewatch?
Ernest Goes to Jail.
and that's just because of quality.
That's just, I mean, it's you have to watch it once, but it's tough
I
to
have
do
a
it again.
whole list for this.
I'm going with Schindler's List.
I don't know what it says about me, but I find Schindler's List kind of rewatchable.
Yeah, no, I rewatch it. It breaks my. I mean, look,
just the
sometimes
acting
you
is
just
so good.
need a good cry, and that's what Schindler's List is there for. To get.
I just think it's a really well-made film with great acting and a testament to Spielberg's growth as a director, and that's kind of like why I find it rewatchable. But I definitely have ones that I can't watch again.
Yeah, the Human Centipede doesn't count.
Human Centipede, I won't watch again. I have a whole list. I have 12 Years a Slave.
Oh, yeah.
Really good movie. Can't watch that again. Manchester by the Sea. If you want to talk about a depressing film, Jesus Christ.
Green Mile.
Green Mile, I could watch it again, but it is a really depressing film.
I don't watch movies to be depressed. That's what I say. I watch it once. It's really good. I can't watch it again.
One of Kevin's favorites, Midsummer. It's a hard
Yeah, I
movie to
can't watch that. I can barely make it through the first time.
Requiem for a Dream is probably top of the list for movies I can never watch again.
Class is in saison.
They were high school kids and, 1950s and all that. This is the 85 sci-fi classic about Marty McFly and his friend Doc Brown traveling back into the past where they have to find their way back to the future. This is number 12 on the list. I do believe I voted it up earlier, but I'm going to try voting again. Oh, I just voted it up to 11. It just moved to 11. And number 12 is now Superbad. Mike, Superbad has dropped. Does that make you happy?
Not low enough.
Yeah. So number 12 now is Back to
Voting,
the Future.
just keep voting. Vote.
Now, I will say that I think this movie should be above Superbad. Should be a little higher. That is number 13 on the list, Grease.
I agree.
Yes.
Yes.
Even though the
whole
high
thing
school
is-
students in this film were all in their 50s.
But they're in high school.
Stockard Channing plays a senior in high school. She looks like she could be one of the seniors' moms. I remember.
Nick is like a Hallmark card.
We only want to send the very best.
It is another kind of like problematic film when you think that she had to change her whole life and personality in order to get the guy that she was probably in a toxic relationship with.
Oh, I love the theory that she's dead.
Yeah, she's dead. It's all a dream.
That's
That's why they float off at the
That's why
end.
they float off into heaven.
Experience the friendships, romances, and adventures of a group of high school kids played by 40-year-olds in the 1950s. Welcome to the singing and dancing world of Grease, the most successful movie musical of all time.
The films of John Hughes.
I'll go over my top 5 written by movies. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Okay.
Mhm.
So we're going to cover Baby's Day Out in 1994, which was essentially a live action version of Baby Herman. We also have Beethoven, the one, about the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis the Menace. Quality stuff there. Quality stuff. Dutch, starring
Dutch with Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill in 1991. And, of course, Flubber.
So, of course, Kevin did us the favor of recounting a lot of the movies I didn't bother to cover on the podcast. I didn't want to do characters based on created for Beethoven's Treasure Trail, which was the 8th film in the Beethoven series. Wait, so on movies, so this is a fun fact. On movies that he didn't want to be credited with, even though he was a writer or creator,
Yeah.
he would use a pseudonym. And the
Was it
pseudonym
George
he
R.
used,
R. Martin?
no, the pseudonym he used is Edmond Dante, which is the character from the Count of Monte Cristo.
Crisco.
Cristo, you dumbass. So that was his pseudonym, Edmond Dantes. Because we got Home Alone Holiday Heist, Beethoven's Christmas Vacation, Hotel Hell Vacation, Drill Bit Taylor. Jesus. Made in Manhattan. Home Alone 4. Just Visiting. Here's some fucking stinkers on here, man. Oh, he was credited on the screenplay for the remake of Miracle on 34th Street as well.
Yeah. And he also did Career Opportunities, but I'm sure he didn't play a part in the casting of that. So
it says written by, so he probably did like the story for it, but not the actual screenplay. But yeah, that's a great Jennifer Connelly performance. She had a great ass. And all the way up it. So we don't have any beer history.
Movie Mad Libs.
So here's what I need. Kev, first thing I need is a year.
1969.
1969. I need the name of one of the New York boroughs.
Harlem.
Harlem. I don't know if he's ever done one in Harlem before. I need the name of our main character. You can even give me an actor if you want to just do that too.
Okay. Adrian Brody.
Okay. Adrian Brody. Let's see here. A lowly occupation.
A dishwasher.
Dishwasher. Okay. I really thought you were going to say like Baskin Robbins ice cream guy or something. A title for the organized crime in the city. Like, what do they call it?
All the crime or just this one family?
Like this one particular family.
The Fajules.
I'm going to spell it the way I know how to spell Vajul. I don't know if it's how you spell it. Just so you know, Vajul is kind of like an insult.
Then it works.
Yeah. I need the name of the main character's mentor. Again, could be an actor if you want. Mickey. Blue Eyes. Mickey. His childhood friend's name.
Mickey's childhood friend or Adrian
your main character, Adrian Brody.
Okay. Scruffy Lopez.
Scruffy Lopez. I need an addiction.
Pop Rocks.
And Coke, because then like it blows up in your stomach, right? I need a luxury item.
Ooh, a Lamborghini.
Lambo. I need the name of a classic rock band.
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones. A violent crime.
Decapitation.
Wow. That's just murder.
You're going to love when we fill in these blanks when I read that part back. I need a religious ritual.
The one with the beads.
The rosary.
The rosary.
I don't know.
Yes,
It's Italian. I don't have that.
An Italian dish.
Beefaroni by Boyardee.
You summon a bitch. I need an animal.
A chipmunk.
If you really wanted to get Leo with the Italian food, would have been the never-ending salad bar at
Olive Garden. When I said Italian dish, I was half expecting to say Sophia Loren. I need another car brand.
Maserati.
I need. It's the name of your main character. I'm just going to put Adrian Brody there again. Mm-hmm. And I need a historical figure.
What was his name?
I don't know.
Who was the one who discovered peanuts?
George Washington Carver.
Him.
JWC. That's what I'm putting down. I'm like typing in George Washington Carver. All right, so that is all the blanks for this story. This is a Scorsese-style film that Kevin has filled in the blanks for. This film is called Catholic Guilt and Cocaine. Set in 1969 in the gritty underbelly of Harlem, Adrian Brody rises from a street-level dishwasher to become the most feared fajuli in the city. Guided by his unhinged mentor, Mickey, and constantly clashing with his childhood friend turned cop, Scruffy Lopez, he juggles his love life, his addiction to pop rocks, and his obsession with a Lamborghini. The soundtrack blares to Rolling Stones as a montage of decapitation, rosary beads, and beefaroni play out in slow motion. Everything falls apart after a chipmunk is found in the trunk of his Maserati, and Adrian Brody breaks the fourth wall to confess his sins to George Washington Carver. I think we have an Oscar winner.
Okay.
Scorsese might get a second director Oscar for that one.
Hey, it's better than some of the plots I've seen lately.
I want to know how the chipmunk plays into it.
Better than The Godfather Part 3.
It was
right.
Alvin. That's the problem.
Next one should be really fun because Mike now gets to do a Nora Ephron style rom-com.
Yes, sir.
All right, you ready, Mike?
I'm ready.
I need a name. So it could be a character name you can give me, or you can give me like an actor or actress or something.
Delilah.
Delilah. Hey there, Delilah. I need an occupation.
Construction worker.
Okay.
I like it.
Construction worker. I need the name of a New York City street. You just throw a number out there, throw a numbered street.
Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue. I think Katie gave me the same one when I tested this one. I need a hot beverage.
Hot beverage. Cappuccino.
Cappuccino. That's a good one. I was going to say Earl Grey. Hot. Cappuccino. Definitely spelled that wrong. I need. So your main character has a screen name she uses for her emails. What would be Delilah's screen name? Should be something cute.
Sexy Pixie 13.
Sexy Pixie 13. So when Katie did this, she gave me an actor for the first thing, and then the screen name she gave me was Sassy Princess, and I was like, well, that's going to be really funny when we read this back, Kate. I need another character name, not the same one as before. Could be
Hubert.
Hubert. Hubert or Hubert?
Hubert. H.
Hubert. Hubert. Another job.
Doorman.
A quirky small business.
Quirky small business.
Like a small business, but kind of like a weird, strange kind of small business.
Like a magic shop.
Bee-wax candle shop.
Ooh.
That is
Somebody was
quirky.
at Peddler's recently. Do they still have that shop there where you go in and the bees are just flying around like freely?
Oh, you mean the honey place? Probably.
Yeah, the honey place.
The honey place is there, but I don't go in it.
I don't go in it either. They got fucking bees flying around inside the place.
I'm covered in bees.
Not the bees. I need a romantic location.
Ellis Island.
I was going to say the back of Mike's truck. Ellis Island. I need a baked good.
A sconce.
Little Debbie.
What did you say, Mike?
A sconce.
A scone? You mean a scone?
Scone.
A sconce is the thing you hang candles on the wall. Scone.
Scone.
I need a pop culture topic.
Unionization of stormtroopers.
I'm overruling. We're using that one.
Okay.
A pet's name.
Kevin.
And
Take
an
it.
embarrassing object.
A butt plug.
A butt plug. Katie used dildo. All right, here we
The
go.
little Christmas trees.
Yeah.
Not Christmas trees.
Here is Mike's Nora Ephron style rom-com. It's titled Love, Lattes, and Longing. Delilah, a charming but neurotic construction worker, lives in a brownstone on Fifth Avenue, drinks cappuccino, and writes emails to Sexy Pixie 13 every night. Little does she know her anonymous pen pal is actually Hubert, a grumpy doorman who just bought out her beeswax candle shop. Sparks fly after a chance encounter at Ellis Island involving a spilled scone and a discussion about the unionization of stormtroopers. After a heartwarming misunderstanding involving Kevin, their pet cat, they reunite in the rain with the line, "I came here to say I'm sorry and to return your butt plug."
That's not my butt plug.
That'd be even better if that was the file. That's not my butt
Actually,
plug.
no, you got it wrong. That's not my butt plug.
Hubert saying it, yeah. Funny. All right.
Female villains we love.
Scene that I put up here is one of my favorites. Is when he first finds out that she's not his real wife, and she's just been planning to keep an eye on him, and she's like trying to distract him because Michael Ironsides, who plays her actual husband in the film, is on his way up, and she's like, "Come on, you want to go around one more time for old time's sakes? I'll let you tie me up." And he goes, "I didn't know you were so kinky." And then as she's like smiling about it, he sees the guys on the camera coming up to the apartment, and he turns to her and he goes, "Clever girl." And this is, mind you, 3 years before Jurassic Park came.
Hey, that
America saves the world.
But everybody's seen that ginger buckwheat you got down there. 904-867-4466, the official text line, if you'd like to complain about that comment I just made. Anyway, we always start with drinks for the evening. So, gentlemen, what are we drinking this evening? I'll hand it out to our guests. Are either of you guys partaking of libations this evening?
I stick with the Twisted Tea. It's just
Twisted Tea.
I can't. The carbonation is too much, and these things just they're nice and smooth, and they're in and out. It's super simple.
What is that you got there, Jace?
I got
So
Rita.
Rita.
8%, small can.
Hey.
Which means I can drink way more.
I heard you guys talking on one of your episodes recently about early episodes where you would do shots and then have drinks and then be slurring by the end.
Oh my god, we're so hammered. Before he popped in, I was going to tell you about how like there are so many episodes where I don't remember recording, and then listening back, I was like, "Oh man, I really was hammered," because it was just slurs for days.
there was so
Well,
many
yeah.
episodes Leo couldn't remember editing.
Yeah, there were some episodes I don't remember editing and they came out pretty good.
Yeah, I edited right after that
Yeah.
every time we recorded, so probably same because I was sitting on his couch in a drunken stupor.
Last week during our live show, I drank 2/3 of a bottle of moonshine.
Oh. So that's why you're taking the water pills. 'Cause you got
Yeah. Part of it. So we came up with it. We have an idea for a future episode that was suggested to us in a mailbag episode a couple weeks ago by one of the listeners. I'm going to get severely hammered, and they're going to ask me to summarize movies. And I volunteered to do this because I'm the one with the least amount of life as the other two guys. Like they got a lot going on. I don't have that much, and I know a lot of movies because like I said, I have a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
I am drinking tonight something that my wife bought. I've never had this before, but I figured I'm going to give it a try because it is July 4th weekend. That's when you should drink those refreshing drinks. So I got this thing called a Lucky One Lemonade. It's a raspberry vodka lemonade by High Noon, 4.5% alcohol by volume, so it's not that bad. And a cute little doggy on the front. It's not bad. It's kind of refreshing. And then when I finish that, I have a good old Mike's Hard Black Cherry Lemonade.
There you go.
Always a go-to. So
Yeah, I got my backup
there you go.
when the first one's done.
So I'll leave it down to Kev. What do you got going on? Because I went to Mike first last week.
When you think of 4th of July, you think of Sam Adams, don't you? Because of his connection, obviously, to the American Revolution. And who knew that he had summer beer or summer ale and Port Rocker? But these will be the two that I'll be consuming this evening.
Sounds good.
Before the break.
Mike, what do you got going on?
I went with an American beer myself tonight. I went with Coda Brewing Company's Longboard Island Lager.
All right. I love Longboard. So good.
It is.
All right.
In
Machine, baby.
Machine. 1945, Abbott and Costello's film, The Naughty 90s, released, features the longest version of their Who's on First routine.
Yeah, I have a T-shirt has a picture of them in the baseball uniforms on the front, and on the back is the entire script from that Naughty 90s movie. The whole
that's
script
awesome.
on the back. Really cool.
That is cool.
Next, sir.
1958 musical drama film King Creole, starring Elvis Presley, based on a novel by Harold Robbins, premieres.
Yeah, not one of the ones I'm kind of familiar with.
Yeah, not me either.
I'm more familiar with Jailhouse Rock and the one where he kisses his cousin.
It's called Kissing Cousins.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of kissing family members, give us the next one, Mike.
1985, Back to the Future, directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Zemeckis.
Zemensky? Oh my God.
When did he become a red? Why is he so Russian?
And starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, is released. Sorry, I had a smudge on my glasses.
Back to the Future now.
Don't forget
Back to
Leah
the Future
Thompson,
now.
And Leah Thompson.
the original MILF.
Nothing beats her than in Howard the Duck, though.
It's the only good part of Howard the Duck.
Not wrong.
Not wrong at
Not
all.
wrong.
All right, next one, sir.
1991 film Boys in the Hood, directed by John Singleton, starring Cuba Gooding Jr. and Ice Cube, is released.
Excellent movie. I'm not going to make fun of a movie that's that tragic.
Mm.
I could, but I'm not going to.
Also in 1991, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, directed by James Cameron, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, and Edward Furlong, premieres at the Century City, California.
And the movie studio said, this film is so good, we're never going to make another one.
And then
Not a
their
good-
pockets
yeah.
started emptying. a little.
Yeah,
And then
none could stand up to Terminator 2. Judgment Day was a frigging classic. You
The
can't-
only thing that came close to being somewhat good was the Sarah Connor Chronicles,
yeah.
which Terminator 3 completely erased.
That was because of Summer Glau.
Summer Glau, mainly Summer Glau, yes.
That's all you need.
Next one, sir.
1994 Forrest Gump, directed by Robert Zemeckis, and starring Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, and Gary Sinise, is released. Academy Award Best Picture 1995. Go ahead, Lee. Go for it. You know you're gonna
Should have went to Shawshank. Or Pulp Fiction. Shawshank or Pulp should have won that year, not Forrest Gump.
Mm.
But I digress.
I liked all those movies, though. They're all-
Yeah.
2004 Spider-Man 2, directed by Sam Raimi and starring Tobey Maguire and Kristen Dunst, is released.
Better than the original or
Mhm.
equally as good?
Of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films,
Mhm.
number 2 is my favorite. I think it's the best villain. I think it's the best villain of the 3.
Yeah.
I'm always a sucker for the origin. I'm a sucker for
Yeah,
the origin
and I
story.
like Willem Dafoe as a villain.
I'm not knocking the first one. I love the first one. I wouldn't have seen the second one if I didn't like the first one. Fortunately, I saw the third one.
Yeah.
I saw the third one with both of you guys in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Then I didn't watch the next two.
Mike stayed away from Spider-Man until the MCU came along.
I mean,
Last one, sorry. I heard of this film.
Let's not get me on my Marvel soapbox tonight.
Yeah, we'll save it for another episode.
If you want to hear about my X-Men box, go back.
Want to hear about Mike's opinion on X-Men and the MCU? Go back to episode 2.
okay.
We've been trying to keep Mike from
right
ranting
back.
about it for 200 and some episodes now. All right, Mike, what's the last one you got?
Mamma Mia, the movie starring Meryl Streep, Pierce Brosnan, and Colin Firth, premieres at Leicester Square, London.
Mamma Mia, here we go again. My. I don't give a shit about that film.
Cthulhu Jack.
You brought up Young Guns earlier. I figured why not toss in another Western. This is a vampire neo-Western about a drifter joining a nomadic blood-sucking clan. Despite critical acclaim, it's less known than The Lost Boys.
This is Near Dark.
Yes, it is. Near Dark by Catherine Bigelow from 1987.
Wow.
See, I knew you guys would get one.
I love Near Dark. It's definitely one that I've
it's
seen.
a good one.
I know the description well, and yeah, it's Bill Paxton, baby. I know this film.
Yeah, the whole Aliens crew is in it. You know,
Lance
yeah,
Hendrickson.
it's a great film.
Yeah,
John Bean.
go ahead.
What's
What
that?
else you got to say, sir? Go ahead. I ruined it by jumping in so early, but
Oh, you know what's crazy? I don't know if you know this, but I mean, they have since put out obviously Blu-ray and stuff like that. But back in the early 2000s, which I still have, they put out a fancy double disc set. And so, you watch the movie, then there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But then at the end, it's really sad because Adrian Pasdar, who plays the main character, Caleb, he actually looks at the camera and for about, I don't know, it's several minutes, but he actually puts out a plea because I guess Jenny Wright had disappeared, who played his co-star. And, she did I, Madman and this and a couple other things. But that's it. She basically disappeared all through the 90s and 2000s. And by the early 2000s, he put out a plea basically asking, I hope you're okay, this, that, and the other thing. And it was really kind of an emotional bit. And then I noticed that probably about 10 years after that is when she kind of just popped up out of nowhere and she started doing the convention circuit again. But yeah, it was a very strange kind of moment after seeing the film. After all those years.
No, I remember this film well as a kid. This was one of those movies where I would go to like Blockbuster or West Coast Video or one of those places, and I would see the VHS box, and it was that image of Bill Paxton with like the half burned face, just like sneering at the camera, and I'm like, I remember as a kid being, man, I don't know what this is, but this looks really crazy. And then like kind of watching it later when I got a little older and being like, oh yeah, this is my kind of camp, man. I love this. It's my kind of movie.
I collect vintage posters, mainly a lot of foreign stuff. And so I actually found it's an oversized poster. I'd say it's probably about, I don't know, like 4 feet by 3 feet. I mean, it's huge. And it's like
is that like a theater?
Yeah, it's like
theater prop.
It'd have to be like an inside piece to show, but it was an Italian. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's Italian, and it's a painting of Bill Paxton. Half obviously in gore and half not. There's and I don't know where I'm going to hang it or how am I even going to frame it, but it's just such a beautiful piece. When I found it, I was like, well, I've got to have this. And then when it showed up and how big it was, I was like, dear Lord.
Like it's definitely a film that I would say is a film that time forgot.
Yes.
Not a film that I forgot because I'm pretty certain I may have watched this not too long ago either. Like, I watched so many movies, it's hard for me to remember sometimes, but here, this is the poster I was talking about. This is the one that was on the box in the Blockbuster. It's Bill Paxton, half burned. There's like light shining through the bullet holes in his body.
Oh yeah.
Near dark, pray for daylight. They can only kill you once, but they can terrify you forever.
And you want to talk about a great shootout scene? That shootout when they're having to dodge the light beams coming in through the motel room. Some of the most ingenious stuff in that movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Dealing with vampires.
80s, baby, 80s.
And you knew they were going to do, supposedly, Paxton and Lance Henriksen had written a prequel, which was where Lance had found, this is after the Civil War, where, obviously his character mentions about himself being, bitten during the Civil War. And it would be their adventure and how he found Paxton's character and so on and so forth. And I guess that was circling for a long time and just never got made, which is kind of a shame because I think that would have been awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's
pull kind of a Highlander thing, where he kind of goes through time in the first movie where you see bits and pieces of him. If they had done something like that, would have been just pretty wild.
Yeah, I would definitely have been in on that, man. That's a good pull, man. That's a good first one there, Jack. Sorry I guessed it so soon.
Yeah, I got others.
I had to say, like, I was like, at some point I would have to be able to figure one of them out. And that
Childhood Trauma, the movie.
Easter classic.
Yeah, it's just.
This one,
Go ahead, Mike.
I watched this one as a kid. I watched the remake as an adult. Both of, yeah.
I watched the remake. That came out a couple of years ago, and it was like I think it was a Netflix series.
Yeah,
and I watched it because John Boyega from Star Wars, Force Awakens, and all that was one of the voices, and I was like, oh, this could be cool. It was pretty bad, but it was nowhere near as traumatizing as the one that came out in '78.
Another thing I did notice that in a lot of these movies, John Hurt did a lot of fucking voices for these movies.
Yeah, he did, yeah. So, like, I rewatched the original Watership Down after watching that Netflix series because I was like, the Netflix series is pretty bad, and I'm like, I remember it being pretty traumatic, but I don't remember how bad it was. And I watched it and I was like, holy shit, this was, yeah.
I think you put it down as a 4 under your descriptions. I think it's more of a 5.
I didn't. That was from the. I didn't mean to put that on there. That was like me doing like the summary thing.
Yeah.
So it says core memory of doom, which would be the 5.
Yes, it's a 5.
So does it leave rent free in your head? I think I'm going to give it a 5 too, core memory of doom, because we talk about it pretty often. We've brought this up numerous times.
Yeah, this is the movie you're bringing on those days where you really don't feel like teaching, but you have to have something educational on.
But you want to scar the kids.
Is it on your list of movies you can't put on?
You know what? I'd have to check under the animation unit whether Watership Down is one that we.
I'm wondering if that's when you'd have to send a letter home to the parents. We're going to be watching a film about bunny genocide. It's a lot of blood and fur.
Jaws at 50.
Now I have some quotes here. I thought we could take turns reading these. We already read that you're going to need a bigger boat one. I am going to be splicing in the USS Indianapolis speech in here at some point. So who wants to read letter C there on the list?
I'll do it.
Go for it.
You yell barracuda. Everybody says, huh? What? You yell shark. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July. Mayor Vaughn highlighted the economic impact of a shark attack.
I know. It's like barracuda. Yeah, you yelled barracuda. Everybody just starts singing that heart song.
Barracuda.
Mike, why don't you take letter D?
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. During the shark hunt.
He also sings farewell to my Spanish ladies a couple times in the film. As the swimming with bow-legged women. As they drink the hooch that he made himself.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one we got there, whoever wants it, go for it.
Smile, you son of a bitch. Brody's
It's actually kind of cut off in the film. It's "Smile, you son of a," and then it explodes, so it kind of cuts off at the bitch part. But
that way they can play it on television.
Yeah, there's a couple of times where he says, "Look at the size of that mother," or something like that, and then it just kind of cuts off. Yeah. So, one Oscar, who gets it? Who do you think? I think Spielberg gets it for Best Director, personally.
Yeah, I would say Spielberg.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to argue that an actor should get it, I would definitely give it to Robert Shaw for Quint. Or maybe even like screenplay or something like that. But Spielberg, 27 years old, to be able to produce a film like this with all the problems they had and the budgetary constraints and filming it on the actual ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, you know?
Yeah.
All right. So I came up with a recast.
Thanks for joining us for the best of Season 10. We hoped you enjoyed listening to this podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Don't forget to go to linktree.com/filmsandfermentation to find all of our podcast and social media links. Don't forget to stop by the crossroads between Pickled and Fermented for the Season 11 premiere on Tuesday, September 30th. For Leo, Kevin and Mike, this has been the Films and Fermentation podcast. Cheers.